Good evening, and we're live.
Good evening. I'm just making some last minute notes and now I've just lost my train of thought. Doors and bath. Not that I need a bath or shut the door, it's just what it is. Okay, good evening, welcome. It's 7 o'clock, it's Thursday, it's Spray Makes Sense Live, and you would think we would have this thing nailed by now and be an absolutely fluid machine.
We are, what are you talking about?
I bet we're not even live, are we?
We are live.
We're just talking to each other.
No.
Is anybody on?
Yes.
Okay, fine, because a couple of weeks ago, Lindsay, we were talking to each other for about 5 minutes, then she realised that we weren't even in Spray Makes Sense.
We have 6 people watching, and so yes, we are.
Good evening and welcome. So, anybody need to click the link? Have we got anybody we don't know?
Not at the moment, we're doing good.
Excellent. So, the beauty of this platform that we're now running, that seems to work really well, we can put loads of stuff up, is the fact that if you click at the top, there's a little link, and it will actually allow us to see who we're talking to.
Yeah, evening Andy. I've got a few people here that, so it says we're broadcasting using eCam live, so if you just click the link and then we'll be able to see who you are. So hi from the unit, I can only assume that's probably Craig. Evening Trevor, hi Liam.
Hi from the unit, it's got to be.
Yeah.
It's like deduction, it's like we've got to try and figure out who we're talking
Craig,
to.
Exactly.
Look at you.
Craig, if you could just click the link, it just says interact with the broadcast by granting eCam live permission to see your name, and then just go back into it and we'll be able to see you.
That's pretty cool, isn't it? The guy that actually works with us, and he's not even...
He's not even clicked the link.
He's not even clicked the link. Yeah, but trust me, he's good when it comes to spray plaster.
Yeah, absolutely. So.
Okay, cool. So tonight's show has been brought to you by the lovely people at SprayMan. You've all seen this, okay? Mike gave us this a couple of weeks ago. The beauty is every time I drop in on Mike to pick up something, buy something, or just catch up with them, I always seem to walk out with something. Yeah, quick, take this. It'd be great for the live show. And it's like, Mike, you don't have to keep, no, it'd be great, Go on, take it. So we've got some bits that he sent down today that we want to run through, bits that he's well known for in SprayMan UK. We'll come back to that in a second. So,
evening Dylan, hi Jack.
Do you want to run the intro?
You want to do the intro? Go for it.
Have you got it?
I think so.
Yeah.
Right, okay, we're back. It's to do with the intro, so it mutes it. So when I go to play the intro...
That's not there.
That's not there, it mutes the sound.
Right.
So you need to do the whole bit about,
Okay. So you just saw my lips moving and nothing happening.
Trevor says you're the worst mime artist.
I'm pretty good. Okay, SprayMan UK. Who and what is SprayMan UK? Okay, so the first question tonight is name me the Three Stooges. Okay, and that isn't necessarily the 3 key members of SprayMan UK. but also the Three Stooges as well. So what were the Three Stooges called, and what are the three key members of SprayMan called? So let's have those up. That's the first one.
And what's that for?
I haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
Because we've got some questions. Okay, we've got some questions this evening that have been actually given to us by the guys at SprayMan. Okay, Katie's given us some questions, and so has Mike. But I'll go through that in a bit. So let's just talk about who SprayMan UK is, because for us, we were putting the show together last year. We were doing the painting decorating show. And we looked on the list of everybody that was exhibiting, and there was a company called SprayMan UK. We'd never heard of them. We did a search on Google. There was nothing. We tracked them down via company's house. We went really quite detective mode on them, and we didn't really find much at all. Then we realised inadvertently that we were actually dealing with a company called PaintTech.
Yep.
And I'd been talking to Tim, Mr. Tim Belfield. He was helping me at the time setting up a portable airless assisted rig for a couple of projects we had coming. Plus I wanted to dabble a little bit more. I wanted to find a compressor. I didn't want a massive 100 litre capacity tank. I'd been watching a lot of his videos. He's got a really good channel on YouTube. And he had one of the first Gentilians. They were grey. So I got talking to him about it. He recommended the machine, said it was really, really good. I then got talking to Mike, who I'd kind of known about for quite a while. Spoke to Mike. I was on the phone for probably about 2.5 hours. Anybody who's actually phoned Mike for any reason at all gets a minimum of an hour to an hour and a half chat. It's just standard with him. Okay, you can't get off any sooner than an hour. You just can't.
Yeah.
So I bought a Gentilin off them. And the more I use it, the more I love it. I like the fact that it's portable. Okay. I'm going to pull it into frame in a minute, so we'll go through that in a second.
We've got Martin is on. Excellent.
Good evening, Martin. So, like I said, SprayMan is actually the e-commerce side of PaintTech. PaintTech is massive. You know, their experience and their knowledge is absolutely crazy.
Well, we were chatting today, weren't we? Someone was saying that probably they have, between the three of them, the biggest amount of experience in the industry than any other company. And
that came from someone quite high up in spraying, to say the least. So that was really good coming from that. There's three guys there. Okay, there's Mr. Mike, there's Mr. Martin, and Steve. Okay.
Has he not got a Mr. in front of his name then?
He maybe has. Martin's the main guy because he prints money.
Is it Martin that prints money?
Martin prints money, literally prints money.
We couldn't believe when we were there one of the days.
First time we went up, wasn't it?
First time we went.
Yeah.
It's like that's a machine to print money. What?
He was flying it out to somewhere like Saudi or somewhere, weren't he, to print money?
It wasn't Saudi.
Was it not? I thought it was Middle East somewhere. Literally a machine to print money.
Yeah, awesome.
So we got chatting to them. They were at the show. And we just got on with the guys really. All three of them get on with them absolutely fantastically. In fact, everybody does.
Yeah.
Roy had a problem this week trying to sort something. Mike sorted it, job done, and it was brilliant. Mm-hmm. So they're just really good to work with. You know, they are the people that we use for all our Graco needs. Let's say some of our supplies, our guns, compressors. And Mike and even Martin now, they're always on there giving advice. They're not selling, they never upsell, they just give really good advice. If any of the other suppliers are watching, to be honest with you, that's the only way to do it. Mm-hmm. All decorators will just resonate with someone that just gives, because if you give loads, you'll get it back. If you try and jump in and say, we do it for this or we price for that. I've just noticed a really good comment from Phil at Airless Pro. You know, right. Phil's the same, he always jumps in and gives loads of good information as well. So I think when you've been around the block a few times, you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I seem to be accumulating a lot of guns at the moment. I seem to be catching up with Jack.
I'm not sure that's possible, but hey.
Cool. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to do a few other little bits. We're going to do the good, the bad and the ugly. Okay, we're going to go through a little bit of news, we're going to go through a few posts that I want to go on, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go through the items that Mike has sent down and the guys have sent. We've set them up, we're going to do a little bit of spraying, and we're just going to run through why we use some of these products in a particular way, machines, tools, etc. Throw us some any questions at us, any comments, let's have them. Let's see what you guys want to know about the compressors. You've got Martin on, so if there's any technical stuff, okay, he's here to field it. So seriously, any major kind of technical gump, he's the guy. Okay?
I'm not sure he'll appreciate you saying
No,
that.
honestly, there's nothing Martin doesn't know. Don't feel that any question is too much for him. He will field it, no problem at all.
Poor Martin won't come and do live again if you...
No, it'd be cool.
Seriously,
it'd be cool. That's why Mike's still stuck in Devon.
Oh, Colin's watching, so he must be finished.
Oh, yes.
And he must have got kicked out because Zumba was starting, wasn't
Oh,
it?
yeah, Zumba. He didn't stay for Zumba.
No.
So Colin was doing the Decorators Forum Roadshow today. I mean, geez, they had the weather. Couldn't have been any better.
Perfect.
So he was giving away free beer from 11 o'clock this morning.
I don't think it was free beer, but...
Oh, it sounded like it.
No.
He was doing a barbecue and beer. They had loads of top exhibitors, stroke, suppliers and everything else. Did some training on timber care, I think it was, or repair care, timber care, and also Instagram.
Yeah.
So I think he's had a good, hope you had a good turnout. Whilst I've got Colin on, I just want to give him a big thanks. Well, this is probably Steve, but Colin can take the credit. This is for a project that we've got coming up. I just wanted to bring this up for two reasons. We've spoken about... Are we back?
Yep.
Okay. The camera's great. We haven't yet quite figured out.
We've gone. This did it to me last week, didn't it? It goes and disappears off. I'll have to have a look into that then, because it never used to do it, did it?
You must have changed some settings.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think I had. Oh, it's got me back again. I'll hide. Right, you're back.
Sorry about that. Technical issues, Lindsay's.
Yeah, I don't know why it doesn't it.
Okay. I just want to touch on this for two reasons. One, we've got some exterior doors that we're doing, and it's PU satin, but what I'm going to do is I've got some PU matte, and I'm going to mess around just to just dull it down a little bit. But what I'm talking about here is the fact that it's the half primer, but it's in black. It's the only primer I know of at the moment that actually comes as a standard black. It's not tinted black, it comes black. Okay, we've got some doors that we've got to do, but we've also got a, what's it called, Linz? The
bath.
Yeah, but I know, it's a particular flipping egg. Roll top bath,
yeah,
whatever it is.
Slipper bath.
Slipper bath. And it's like a plastic polymer. So we've got to do a test of this. And again, just want to point out, really good packaging, came in a box, came with Haribo's. Biscuits are good, Haribo's are better.
Oh yeah, Aidan said something about Haribo's earlier, didn't he?
Haribo's are better. So I hope you had a really cool day, Colin, and everything went really, really well. So, right, tonight's good, bad and ugly.
We haven't really got much this week, have we?
I can't believe it's Thursday. I know I say that every week.
Say that every week, yeah.
Good, bad and ugly, nothing major. I've been in the office and on site this week. Everything's going fine. Never seem to have enough time. We've had a funny week this week. We took my daughter to the airport last night, didn't we, all of us? And she's gone to New Zealand for probably about 10 months. So just shy of a year. So it was good to see her go, but it was also very sad to see her go.
It was.
So yeah, so she'll have a great time out there. So she'll have to watch this on a Thursday when she's out there. Well, she's not a member of Spray Makes Sense, so she'll have to be.
we spend most
of our time here.
So she's on a flight from Hong Kong to Melbourne at the minute,
and then from Melbourne over to Queenstown,
New Zealand. Yeah.
Right. So we haven't really got much on that. I just want to point out, some of you might have, in fact, is Reese on?
Yep.
Reese, do us a favour, mate. Can you throw your post up that you put on PTA Admin where you had a little bit of a mishap? Okay.
What, his bad?
Yeah, he actually texts me and says, I haven't had a good, bad and ugly. I've had a bad, badder and downright ugly.
Yeah.
he unfortunately had a tin roll out the back of his van, or side door of his van, and what I saw, it was all over the dust sheet, so I don't know how much he managed to catch. So
still not as bad as the paint that fell out the back of the van going up the hill.
I have no idea what she's talking about. That incident never happened. Never ever happened.
No, we did spend a lot of hours having to clean the back of the van out though, didn't we?
No, it didn't happen at all. That must have been somewhere else, someone else. Okay. So he dropped the paint. All I'm saying is put it up, because it does happen. A bit of a ball there, but hey. I also want to talk about, just talking about news, there was something here that resonated with me earlier. Reece put a post up where he had masked off a little bathroom and sprayed the woodwork because he wanted the finish. It was good in one way because he didn't actually get slated, people didn't kick off and everything else. There was a few comments saying, I don't understand why you would do that, wouldn't it be just easier to brush and everything else. Jack's Jack, and it's brilliant. Jack just is like, look, this is a sprayers group, we talk about spraying, you know, there's pros and cons. It's not that, for me, it's like what Reece is saying, it's for the finish. And one guy did kind of say, you know, what's the point? The point is quite simple. You know, Reece met me probably about 18 months ago, and he said, look, you know, I want to do really good work, I want to spray a lot more, I want to make more money, I want to enjoy my job more than I do now. And I want my business to grow. So I just said, look, ask Reece if he's making more money than he did at the beginning. Ask him how and why he's making more money. And simply, he's making it because his attitude and mental approach to spraying or decorating as a whole as a business is, if it takes longer to mask, it's a better finish. Chances are, it doesn't really take much more at all. Sometimes it's even quicker. Well,
and the better and quicker you get at masking, you know, obviously the better and quicker you're going to be.
And cleaning a machine, you know, we've shown some of these guys when they come on the courses, you know, I had one guy and I said to him, how long does it take? He said 20 minutes. One guy took 40 minutes.
And 10 buckets of water.
And 10 buckets of water. We teach guys to clean a machine until you can drink it in 3 minutes, and they don't believe us until we do it. I showed Chris Berry how to do it. I've shown pretty much all the Wagner reps, Graco reps. I've shown so many people how to clean a machine in 3 minutes. And once you get it, you get it. So I save 17 minutes per time they use the machine. But the point is, when you actually want to get a good finish, Jack and myself were talking about this quite a long time ago. It's something we've done for many years. It's what we've called, maybe it is called this, I don't know, we call it directional overspray. And it's when you're able to actually judge your fan to such a point that you can actually twist yourself in certain angles, in certain ways, that you actually only put the edge of the fan where you want it to be. You could literally take it to an inch of the edge of the frame. So you're, in a way, virtually reducing all the overspray in a directional manner. So it cuts down on the masking. I've done it. Lindsay put a post up the other day about, you know, we had the Graco Ultra, and all I had was 2 pieces of skirting. I put the paper down, I sprayed it, I was done. I literally picked the machine up, put it back in the bag, rolled everything up, and walked out the door.
Well, you'd set the machine up even, hadn't you, in the workshop before you'd even left?
Yeah.
So you didn't even have to do any of that on site?
Just literally turn up and did it. So for me, that is a biggie. It's not for everybody, but believe it or not, when you get to a stage, it's what you'll do. You ask Jack, you know, would you rather crash out your sprayer or would you rather crash out a brush? He's like, look, I just crash out the sprayer. It took me no time at all. And it doesn't, not when you've got it sussed. So I'm not saying you have to, that's not my point. My point is, if you always revert back to your brush and roller and your comfort zone and what you think is right, you'll never learn more than what you already do. The amount of crap I've masked just because I wanted to spray, the amount of mistakes I've done is because I set up so many different things to spray because I wanted to make the mistakes so I could learn. And I'm not being funny, if I hadn't have learned to make all those mistakes and put myself out and master a load of crap, I probably won't be doing this tonight. I wouldn't have set up Spray Makes Sense. This just would not be happening. So if you want to be of a negative element, well, that's fine, okay? But it's only you guys, because another 6,000 people are watching and going, yeah, I think I'd do that. I mean, you've got some stats. Do you want to do the stats?
Yeah, so we're just under 6,500 members.
Niche.
And out of those, 5,574 are active.
That's
literally
huge.
commenting, posting, liking.
I mean, the engagement's massive. I
Yeah.
mean, we wake up at, what, 6:30 every morning. We sit in bed for about 3.5 hours. No, we don't. I'd love to. But we sit there and we just go through the posts. We answer what we can. We look at it. And we try and work out what we can.
Yeah. Was it over 28 days, 934 posts and 11,300 comments
Jesus.
in 28 days? That's amazing.
You guys don't stop.
No.
Bit of a prize, okay? I'm going to give a really special prize tonight. I'm going to give a prize, all expenses paid, trip to Edinburgh for 3 days next week for the top post. Okay? So, looking at your stats, Linz, who was the top post last
28 days?
Yeah.
You were 1 and 2.
Oh, that was close.
That was close.
That was close. Who was 3? You said it was Reese.
No, Reese was one of the top commenters.
Oh, he don't stop talking.
I think it might have been Damien. It was Damien with his exterior.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
His exterior.
Yeah, that was fun. So
yeah.
Okay, right. So I'm just going through my board. A couple of bits I want to talk about. Top post. I'll come back to that one. So, any other comments that we got there, Linz, before I start going through some of the stuff from SprayMan?
Dermot O'Kelly was saying it took him 70 minutes to clean his machine the first time.
17.
70. 70.
What was he cleaning it with?
Oh, I don't know, but it was definitely, you've got to have been clean after that.
Bloody hell.
So lots of good, bad and uglies.
Oh, okay, that's good. I like those. Go on.
Good working from home doing a kitchen. Bad and ugly. Last customer was a pain in the neck and behind. Yeah, Ryan saying you have to completely change your mindset when it comes to spraying, which is very true. 80%
psychology. When we get people here, it's funny, I get people phoning up and saying to me, I'm going to send one of my guys down to spray or learn to spray. And I'll say, look, I don't want him. Because for me, it's more about the psychology. Yeah. I need the business owner. For someone who works for the business, he's not really that bothered. It's nice, but he's not that bothered. And the governor's business is not going to change. The only way you're going to change your business is if you get the psychological shift. You know, you don't have to spray everything, you just need to spray on a percentage element. So when I walk into a job, I work out instantly which is the priority, which is going to take me the most time, therefore that's the one I want to focus on with the spraying. Then can I spray the second, or the third and the fourth part? Brilliant. If I can't, it's a percentage game. I'm not being funny, if you can spray half the work, all right, you're going to make twice as much money. And as that percentage goes up, yeah.
John's saying he's got a job at the moment, every room's a different colour, so still toying with brush or roller as not much woodwork. Ceilings you'd spray anyway. I'd still, for how quick it is, we've done this on a few jobs, I'd still spray the first coat walls, I'd spray all the ceilings, I'd probably still spray the woodwork for how long it takes, and then I'd just do one rolled coat on walls anyway. But that's your call, John. You've been doing this as long enough. Jesus, should be at your age. Chic. Dermot's saying he's now down to 10 minutes or less.
Dermot, reach out to me, mate. I'll get you down to 3 minutes.
Martin's asking if he was using wet wipes to clean it.
Slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Right, let's go through a few bits. Do you want to do the contractor first or after?
No, let's do that.
Okay, fine.
Paul Sharp said he's only home early because he wants to win something.
Okay, fine. This is really good. I've got my Contractor PC gun. I'll just bring it up. I've got it set up. I've got to prime it, so I'm not going to spray with it. Okay. Right. Is that in focus, Linz?
Yep.
Okay.
Let me just move this out of the way a minute because I've got the picture up.
Okay. So we've got the contractor. Okay. I've been using this for a couple of months. I remember John saying to me, "What do I reckon?" I think that's when I had the Wagner, and you said, "Which one do you like best, or which one's better?" I'm using this one more. In all fairness, Colin has sent the Wagner one up to Pete for Pete to have a go at. So I'm using this one. I like it. I know that John's got one. I know that Liam's got two because he likes showing off like that.
Two, I've got a feeling he's got three.
Oh, don't start. He doesn't need you to be kind of bigging him up anymore. Reese has got one, everything else. They are really good. They're massively ergonomic. I've used the standard contractor gun for many, many years. Then I started using the T360, and I've now been using this as well for a little while. Not just me, the guys as well. One of my main guys really likes it. It's very lightweight, and it's good. We'll just talk quickly. We had Andy from Graco down earlier today, and we were chatting about this. And they were saying they've had a couple of problems with the gun breaking, and he explained what it trigger. And what it is, it's got like a pro exchange for changing the needle set. What you do is you squeeze this, pull it up, and what happens is you can then release this section. What's happened is people have forgot that it's up, and as they pulled the trigger, the metal has snapped.
Well, it was plastic or something before, wasn't it?
No, it's this alloys. There was just a fault on them. They've got a what did you say it was called? It's like a replacement kit.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, they've got like a replacement kit. So if you have any problems,
repair kit.
No. Trigger repair kit. So they've got them all set up. So if you do have any problems, just reach out to Andy Bullock, Mark Smith, Callum. They're all on
Graco reps.
Any of the Graco reps. Steve Wells.
Go back to where you bought it from, and they'll arrange for it to be sorted.
You can either that or even speak to Mike. But what I'm saying is they've got the repair kit just in case. There was only a very small number of them. They believed that that could possibly happen.
It's the earlier ones, the newer ones.
So the chances are it's going to be fine. I like it. I think it's really good. I like the weight of it. It fits really well. Yes, I have got a Graco tip and guard because I was actually spraying with a particular setup. But because of the thread, it will take whatever you're using. So if you've got Wagner tips, if you've got Tri-Tech tips, you can still use the gun. Okay, They're all interchange and they are really, really good.
Just the guards don't.
Yeah, just the guards. So I must admit, I really like it.
So we've been running that, sort of chatting about it for the last few weeks, haven't we?
Yep.
And put out about it. So to be able to get this, you need to have clicked the link that we've been putting up over the last week and answer the question. I've got people clicking on it now. Answer the question as well. So Mike came up with the question, didn't he?
If you answer the question and you haven't clicked the link, okay, unfortunately you need to do both parts. Because for you to get something, okay, it's only fair that we catch some of the data from you guys so we can obviously make sure that we can always keep you informed of anything that SprayMan does. It's only fair.
Yep.
You know, a chance to win, and it is a good setup. It's great. We get really good questions. We come up with some of the questions. I asked Mike if he'd come up with the questions, which is really cool. He sent me a frigging essay. I mean, literally an essay.
The question isn't an essay, though. That's about the compressors.
Once upon a time.
The question is just the bit at the bottom.
Okay, fine. Good luck. Okay, this might take you a little bit to jump on the website.
That's
okay.
Fine.
Can you read it, Linz?
You've got to work for it, no. Unless I hold the piece of paper right out here, you'll be able to read it.
Lindsay's going to read you the question.
Have I got to read it?
Yeah. Because otherwise I'll look silly trying to read that without me. Because I'd have to put my glasses on. There you go.
Dermot, if you have a look on Spray Make Sense earlier.
There you go, Linz, I'll do it.
Oh my word. I put the link up there as well, so just click on that. So the question is, so for this Contractor PC bundle, so it's the gun, the hose and the extension bar, the question is, what Gentilling compressor, single phase compressor, runs off two 13 amp plugs and gives you a whopping 14 CFM of air pressure, or 660 litres per minute?
660 litres per minute?
Yeah, so apparently it's enough to easily run a 12 CFM gun or a Graco Wagner Kremlin air-driven, air-assisted sprayer. It's mammoth.
It is a beast.
It's huge.
Okay, right, have a look. First ones to answer, okay, and you have got to click the link, okay, and we will have a look at those. We'll try and work it out. When we finish the show, we've got the PTA support group. After that, we'll have a look and we'll do it. But I guarantee we'll have the winners out by tomorrow.
Martin's saying that's after he slimmed it down. So basically, in short,
Honestly.
what Gentle-In compressor runs off two 13 amp plugs and gives you a whopping 14 CFM?
What's the answer we want? The actual model number?
Yeah, so what Gentle-In model?
Which Gentle-In model number?
Yep.
Okay, fine. Cool.
So, yeah,
that's brilliant.
Go and search on the website quick.
That's what we've got. Right, I just want to point out, Mike sent down a few things.
What the chuff?
What?
Darren's put, what the chuff?
Yeah. Okay, Martin sent me a water truck and regulator. We've got a new Iwata AZ3.
Can't see that behind the box.
Okay, I had to read it, okay? So he sent this to go with, obviously, I think this is the one they've got on their, is this the one that goes on their deal at the moment?
I think it's the one that's on the silent compressor that they're doing at the moment. In fact, I've got it on here.
They do two compressors. I'm going to show you the Gentle-In that I've got, which is the C330, okay? And then there's the 660, I think.
Yeah,
which
so this is the silent one.
The silent
comes with that gun.
The silent C60. Also, if you want to do a search, if you do a search for Ian Frost, Jack's younger brother or son, whichever. So Ian Frost. If you do a search for Ian Frost, Ian picked up a silent one from Mike probably about what, 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And there's loads of comments on that. So if you want to know firsthand, just don't phone Ian. He's worse than Mike. You won't get him off the phone.
Well, I was just thinking that between the two of them.
Honestly,
well, I think he was there all afternoon.
He'd just be all over it. But one of the things that Mike has sent is, I've already got a pressure pot, but I actually wanted a SprayMan pressure pot. We've got a fine finish course this weekend, and we go through the pressure pots quite a lot. So he sent one of these down, and also, again, another Iwata gun. So I've got this set up. Okay, as you can see to my right, we have been spraying. We've got some kitchen doors that we've got to do for a carpenter. And Aidan, my youngest, he's been in today doing this. So again, this is the paint line stuff. Okay, this is, if you've got the space, this is absolutely awesome.
We want to get the one with the flat sections in as well, don't we?
Yeah, the thing is, this is great, but it's not the most portable. It could be, but it's not the most portable. As in putting it in your van and everything else. It's it's very, very sturdy. I mean, these are big doors, 22, 24. Big old doors in there, a lot of weight, and it's fine. It's just absolutely brilliant. And I've also got the twirly. Okay, you've seen me use this many, many times.
Right, might need to move the contractor box.
Sorry. Okay. We've also got caps. Okay, if Steve's on, Steve's probably got one of these already. Steve Oldnow, he loves a hat.
He does love a hat. So we've got two of these to give away tonight as well, haven't we? So a cap and a pen.
You've got the questions for us. We'll do those in a minute.
Yep.
Okay, I just wanted to go through the pressure pot. I like the pressure pot because once you've got it set up, I think it's a 2-litre pressure pot. This one is really easy. Compared to the one I've got off eBay, this is really easy to use. The regulator is really, really smart. And what he's also done, he sent me a little portable water trap as well. So I'm just giving that a whiz as well. One thing I do want, Martin, is I want this, but I want it longer. Okay, this is a 2 metre.
Yeah, I wonder whether it can be made longer.
I want a longer one because otherwise I've got to hold this, but when I'm spraying I need one hand free to be able to spin the work. I mean, I can hang it on my belt, but my trousers fall down.
Oh, so that the you don't want to. We don't want that. The AZ3 goes out with the normal and the silent.
There you go.
With the compressors.
Excellent. And you also get the hose, which is obviously. Is it that hose, Martin? I love this one.
Well, it's a blue one in the pictures.
Okay, this one that I got off the guys is so nice.
It's really thin, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just lovely. It fits really well. One of the things as well. Can you see the Gentle-In, or do you need to move?
No, I can't see the Gentle-In.
Okay, we need to do that as well. So
Darren's saying we should get us the shoulder strap. Actually, Jack as well has got a
backpack
for his, hasn't he?
I saw one of the guys do it. Do you want to just turn it down a minute, Linz?
Yeah, I just got to lose the comments a second on there. Oh, blimey. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it.
Do you want me to pull the table back?
It's hiding, see? Dun dun dun. There we go.
Okay, the reason as well, obviously I've got the little Ellis assisted rig from Spray Shop, which is Morel's. I'm using that at the moment, getting to grips with it, just waiting on a few small flat tips. But I've used this with my other machines as a portable Ellis assisted rig. It's brilliant. Did you find those photos of the kitchen?
Oh yeah, I've only put one up.
Okay, this is one I did a little while ago for a builder mate of mine. And it was obviously a gentleman, but it was also with the M4 Fab Max. So again, that's back down to the fact of 9 manufacturers. The beauty of what we do is we show you all the variations of putting things together, okay? You don't use one brush, one roller, one set of paint, and when you're spraying, you don't have to stick with everything, you just got to find the best of, okay? And the best that works for you doesn't necessarily always have to be the best that works for me. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to turn this on. As you know, it gets a little bit, okay? If anybody hasn't seen this already, my top tip is this little box. It's a 3 litre capacity. The capacity is this tubing around the side. It's actually really portable. You'll hear it in a minute. It kicks in and kicks out.
Yeah, the silent one's got a bigger, it's got a 24 litre tank, hasn't it? Whereas
yes,
that one's 3.
It's quieter and it holds more, but it's just bigger. That one's probably brilliant for in here. I wanted something that would work for you guys as much as it would work for me, so that I can show you guys it working on site. There's photos there of us spraying on site with this. Okay, was it obtrusive? Do you know what? After I don't know, 2 minutes, you don't even notice. But that's how it is with most of my sprayers anyway. You know, I was spraying plaster with the Mark V, yes, yeah? Don't make any odds.
It's only if you're trying to do stuff like this that you really notice it.
Yeah, I'm trying to do this. So what I'm going to do, again, is just, I've got this set up. I wouldn't say I've got it dialed in perfectly because it was kind of thrown together last minute.
Evening demo.
Okay, it is just really cool.
Does create more overspray than airless, we find, don't we? We had Aidan here earlier just spraying stuff. Obviously you can use like bigger quantities of paint than the normal, like the gravity or suction guns. I think that was what it's a 2 litre pot, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. And to be honest with you, it is just really quite... I've got that dialed right down. And the reason being is... I've got it dialed down because...
Not as much overspray in the room as there was earlier. Wondered what that was going to be then. I like the funky sticker on the front as well.
Yep. Again, I'm not being funny, guys. Branding is everything. Okay? It is just, you know, you could be on site, it's got nothing to do with you. A guy walks in, could be, I don't know, a carpenter or something. He sees it, straight away he knows what he's doing. Straight on to SprayMan. Even if you don't want to speak to you, he can see it, he can do a quick search, job done. So branding for your business is obviously, for us, it's important. We're not brilliant at it, we're just getting better.
So also the bonus with the compressor is you can run a pressure pot, can't you? You can run a normal, like, normal gun off of it, plus you can run airless assisted either with an airless sprayer or like the Kremlin idea?
It's, I mean, I must admit, Jack as well has been my inspiration, because Jack's always used compressor. He's not really up with HVLP, although since we did the fine finish and he's used it more, he likes it as well. So it's about having a set of tools. When you're a decorator, you suddenly end up with loads of brushes, rollers, everything else. When you're a sprayer, you end up with loads of sprayers, guns, accessories, tips.
Yeah.
You just build your kit in a different way. We were working out earlier, weren't we, Linz, that I'm not going to say how many sprayers I've got because it's quite an addiction. In all fairness, they're not all mine. Some of these sprayers are donated to us at the Academy so that we can put them in front of you. You can make an unbiased decision, what works for you. Pete last week was really good. We got talking about the fact of putting the Wagner SF23 and the Tritech T5 next to each other, and he ran a 2-day course with both of those machines.
T7, yes.
T7. And sorry, but he was convinced everybody was going to be like, Tritech this, Tritech that, and everything else. He said they actually loved the SF23. He said they just loved it. He made some really valid points on it, and something that I'm going to talk about more when we do the courses as well. It was just really good, and that's the point. The sales come from that. People want to come and do the training, but they also want to come and try the different machines, and we have a lot of them now through the academies. We worked out we've got machines from 9 different manufacturers.
Didn't realise that there were that many.
9 different manufacturers. In here alone, we've got paints from probably about 17 different paint suppliers. Paint suppliers we would use quite happily, not just stuff that we don't. 10 tape suppliers. When I started, there was probably just 2. Now we're up to 10. Okay. Spray guns and types. Geez, I've got all sorts now.
You've got lots of guns now.
I have got lots of guns. I've got airless assisted, I've got HVLP, XVLP, I've got compressor, I've got pneumatic, which is, let's say, hydraulic, and we've also got screw pump. So yeah, we are very diverse, and any information that you want, if I don't know the answer myself personally, trust me, I'll find it.
Oh no, you've come back this time.
Okay, there you go. Just thought you'd have to lose me.
I thought I was going to have to hide again.
Do you want to give a couple of questions for these 2 hats?
Yeah, so just a couple of questions quick. So Gareth is saying, would this setup be okay in a tenanted property for woodwork?
Yeah.
There is more overspray, isn't there, with it generally?
It is, it's finer. Do you know what? It's really weird because the overspray is slightly more airborne because it's mixed with air, but you can dial it down. Once you get it, and again, let's talk about what I was spraying. I was spraying.
That was loud.
Oops. Okay, it's fine, leave it. Okay, I'm spraying the Morels. Okay, 5001. Okay? Sorry, 80055501. I'm not going to go through the numbers again. Yes. Okay, a compressor, but then you can start to use this. I've got to spray a tabletop shortly, which is got to be lacquer. I'll just use that.
Those guns you can get with different needle sizes as well.
Yeah, these go down. A standard needle set generally on this setup would be a 1.5. Most of them, if they're LVLPs, generally come with 1.8s. Okay, I have got a new Signature 3 gun, which has got a slightly different air cap, so that looks really good. So, yeah, you've got HVLP, compressor. This would do if you wanted to get into maybe spraying kitchens, or UPVC is a biggie. So if you wanted to get into UPVC, it's a perfect setup. Pressure pot in particular, and that's why I think a slightly longer hose would be good. Just a little bit more flexibility.
So for one of the hats, one of the questions again that Mike has given is, SprayMan UK is the online division of FTL. What does FTL stand for?
Fanny Ticklers Limited.
What? Okay, don't repeat that. So yeah, SprayMan UK is the online division of FTL. What does FTL stand for? So that's a hat and the pen, and I'll have a look at those again a little bit later.
One of the things as well that SprayMan do, like I said, they're our Graco supplier. Okay, so if there's any Graco questions or anything else, then we generally push everybody through SprayMan. We don't get anything for it. Okay, we get support by getting some of this stuff, and the reason we get this stuff is because we're able to talk about it, showcase it, and put it in front of you guys. Not only here on the live show, but also when we do the courses, you guys actually get to use it, and if you like it, you just jump on and go to them. One of the things we had was, whilst chatting to Andy today, we were going through all the Graco machines. To be honest with you, if Andy doesn't know what Graco machines are on there, then I think we're all doomed.
Yeah. Well, there's more, but...
Yeah, in all fairness, Andy went through, I don't know, probably about 3 or 4 different ones. I'm like, whoa, time out. You know, let's talk about the ones that me and you would be looking at. So I've actually got a list here. So I'm just going to run down, okay, or run up, whichever way you look at it, from the Graco scale. Okay. So let's start with the Graco Ultra. Okay.
Marmite.
I don't think it's even Marmite. I think it was Marmite when it first came out. I think the Graco Ultra has probably done one of the best things for us as decorators, because it got the interest going. Whether you like the machine or not, or whether you own one or thought about one or had one and didn't get on with it, it has changed the way decorators think about painting, without a doubt. One of the guys that came to us very early on that started the courses, roughly about the same time the Ultras came out, a guy called Bradley. And Brad was buying maybe 1 or 2 of these a month. But because of the jobs he had, he would burn them out quickly. And he said, I made so much money just buying 1 or 2 a month that it was neither here nor there. His business has grown, and now he's got lots of different machines. So the Ultra comes in 2, okay? When it actually comes in 3, and it's the Ultra Max corded, okay? I've got an Ultra. I like them, and honestly I do. I think if you're a sprayer, okay, and you own multiple machines, I think it's a good bit of kit to have in your arsenal. If you're not a sprayer and you're a decorator and you're thinking about getting a sprayer, I think longer term you need to move to the next bracket, and I've said this 1,000 times and I'm not the only one to say it. You need to go to a GX, okay? And the GX is the GX21 or the GXFF, okay? Same machine, same motor, just turned upside down. One has a slightly smaller tip, okay, but they will still pump out the same. And the reason...
different size hoses.
Yeah, different size hoses. One's more for trim, as I call it, for woodwork, more residential. Well, they're both residential. One's for walls and ceilings more so, but you can do the same with both quite easily.
Pete?
Pete's got an FF, I've got a 21. I use it a lot. It's very easy to put into a residential. We actually got I was saying to Andy earlier, we got probably the earliest versions about, I don't know, 10 years plus.
Based on the Magnum 5, wasn't it?
Same mechanism as the Graco X5, the Magnums, which you guys see, which are kind of consumer use in America, home base, etc. The next ones after the GX21 are the Classic 190, okay? The Classic 190 is a 7.5 metre hose, but doesn't come with a manifold filter, okay? The GXs do, but they're very small, stubby little filters. Most of them don't put them in, okay? They just use the inline in the gun. So we've gone from 190 to a 390, okay?
Yeah, the 190, one of the guys was posted up about that earlier on this week. That doesn't have a manifold filter at all. 390s are your first ones with the manifolds. And then you get a 395, okay? The 395 comes with a smart control. That's where smart control starts, isn't it?
And the smart control is when you start to get readouts and you can do literage and it'll tell you the use and everything else. It's good as well because it helps with servicing. I've got a bit of both. Then you've got one of, I've had a couple of these, really like them, is the 495s. Okay, there's 2, which is the ST Max 495. They're the first ones that come onto High Boys. That's the one on wheels, so they're pretty cool. Good starting machines. And they've now started doing the Blue Link. We will talk about the Blue Link in a whole different episode. We were in Farb, and we stood on the stand, didn't we, for about 45 minutes with this young lad from Graco. Really knowledgeable, really easy guy to speak to. And the Blue Link, in my view, has something that I don't think Graco's looked at. I look at it from a contractor's perspective, as in a decorator in the way I run my business. The blue link has something that I really, really like the idea of. 595, hi boy, okay. 695, first machine I ever bought.
So 695 is the first one that you can run 2 hoses off of as
Yeah,
well, isn't
and
it?
I did many a time. We did a car park when I first got it, and we ran 2 hoses. We did this huge car park, underground car park, in 2 days.
So the 495 is the one we got stolen
Yeah, we did.
off-site, and the
Yep.
695 we stupidly sold years and years ago
Yeah.
because we were going to stop decorating, weren't we?
Yeah, when I pulled out to decorating for a little while, I lost all heart, to be honest with you, lost all heart. And I was dragged back into it, and now I was dragged back in, and that's when I started changing my business,
Gotta
purely
be
spray.
12, 13 years ago, hasn't it?
Yeah, probably, something like that. And then you've got 695 Pro Contractor, okay?
And then you go into the Mark 5s.
The Mark
and
5s.
plaster machines.
You got the Mark 5 Standard, then the Mark 5 Pro Contractor, okay, which is the one with the windy reel, which some of the guys have got. Craig got. That's really good. I think Reese has got as well. The APX. Then you've got the T-Max. The T-Max, where you got to play with the new T-Max at Farb. It's a beast.
It is, yeah.
It's a
huge.
beast. I was working out that I've actually either owned or used or played with every single machine apart from the APX.
Yeah, I wonder why you haven't got to play with the APX.
I don't know.
Never.
I don't
Never-
know. We
never
were meant
crossed
to
one,
be
did we?
getting speaking to Ryan about getting his hands on one.
Right.
Ryan was going to send one up. So to be honest with you, we've been through pretty much all of those. So that's where the Graco market stands. And what I'm saying is, Mike is the guy that we use for all of that. Any questions?
No, lots of comments. Fluid Tech. One of the guys is asking, how do you change the filter in the new PC gun, and what filters do they take?
The standards?
So Martin's put the filter is in the twist off handle. I don't know, can we show that quick?
Yeah.
or-
I think I've got paint in this, but do you know what? It doesn't bother me whether...
There's no pressure in the machine, is there?
No. The one thing I do like about this probably is the trigger lock. It's probably one of the nicest. Saying that, Thingy do a really good one as well, Wagner. They've got it's left and right. This one is either left or right-handed trigger, whereas a lot of times it's just right-handed.
Right.
So this is really good. I like this one. So trigger lock on before you do anything. Okay. So I said trigger lock on. You can't believe it or not. This is one thing that I don't like. Okay. All the Graco ones before used to spin off from the bottom here. Okay. Now it's like the T360. It comes from here. So what you have to do, unfortunately, now is you have to pull the trigger. Maybe there's a reason for that, to release the pressure before you try and unbreak it. I don't know.
Maybe.
Pops down from here. Okay. So that's the trigger guard. Okay. Remove the trigger guard. And then what you got to do is crank it open. Okay. I'll just get a rag just in case. Okay. Am I in shot?
Yep.
Excellent. So what you do is, as you can see, all I've done is crank the top, and then all I do is spin it off.
Colin says, what's for dinner tonight? I think dinner
Oh, yeah.
might be cheese and biscuits, Colin, seeing as it's not with you. We
Okay.
haven't even got that far.
So that comes off. That pops out. As like I said, it's in paint. This one should be, yeah.
Yum.
Okay. This is a blue one, which technically is 100 mesh. Okay. So again, straight in. For me, okay, and we teach this at the academy, it's just preference after using all sorts of different filters. I generally run 100 mesh as a rule.
In the gun, yeah.
In here. I just do. I just find it easier. I'm kind of spraying a bit of all sorts throughout the course of the day. I might find that I'm spraying primer, then top coat, then maybe walls, maybe ceilings. So instead of messing around and trying to remember what filter I've got in,
it's easier just to keep one. So Michael's saying, do you use the new gun all the time as you go to? I think it depends what machine you're using, really, doesn't it? We've just got different guns on different machines.
it's a hard one. Like Lynn said, we literally have I have the luxury of having maybe 2 to 3 machines on a job.
Your face isn't in shot, you do know that, it's just the gun.
Okay.
You're looking at the camera as if everyone can see you, but they can't.
There you go, we're back to normal. I have the luxury of running 2 or 3 guns, so it doesn't, 2 or 3 rigs, it doesn't matter. I'd say ask, race, maybe speak to Liam. I know Liam's running, he's got two machines, he's got T5, he's got 695, I think he's got 190 or 390.
Who, Liam?
Yeah, he's got a mini beast. So he again's got a few machines. See what people are running. Feedback is after a couple of months, yes, I like it. I'm still running with it. It's not something I've kind of picked up and thought, and put in a box and left. I am genuinely using it, and I genuinely like it. So if you've got one, okay, on the comments below, you know, tell me, give me a thumbs up. Tell me if you like it, okay? And if you do like it, why do you like it? So, you know, these guys, you know, and Mike's got these, he's got the Contractor PC bundles as well. He's got these as a deal, I think. Martin will tell you what the price is if Martin hasn't fallen asleep. So this isn't just the one, they've got loads of these, okay?
Have they? So they do it as a bundle?
Yeah. I said that, they had loads. We had to, I think he went through 6 boxes till he found one that had everything, because they kept taking the guns out, because I think they were short on guns, so they were selling these and then... So I don't know.
Right, okay.
I don't know. But you can get these, if you're getting it, it's got the extension bar and obviously the hose and everything else.
I've just not actually seen the bundle around anywhere, so...
I don't know, maybe it's one that they've put together, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it advertised other than what these guys have done.
But yeah, you would buy another one, wouldn't you?
Yeah, quite happily. You know, but I have got, well, I'll leave that there. I've got tons of stuff.
Michael saying his Pro Contractor gun has died and he's having to swap guns on the 495 and the QTech, so... If you had to buy another gun, you would consider it.
Yeah. Get it, you'll like it. Everybody does.
Yeah.
And it has got a shift trigger. Obviously, the trigger will shift down, okay, from a 2 to a 4. I never do because I think if you were spraying, let's say you're spraying a warehouse or you're spraying a lot of big stuff, I drop it down to a 4 and have a full pressure on the hand because then you like that. But because I'm doing a lot of furniture and that, I'm just kind of 2-finger.
That hose is a 7.5 metre hose, isn't it? Is it the 3/16? Is it a narrower hose or is it a normal hose? I can't remember if it says on the
quarter
box.
inch. Quarter inch.
So it's the standard.
Yeah.
Standard
it's
hose.
A quarter inch.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, it's a quarter inch.
Okay. Cool. So with another.
It's a 15 metre, not 6.5. 7.5. It's a 15 metre.
It's a 15 metre hose.
So it's a big old hose.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. So we've got one more hat.
Yep.
To give away, and the next question that Mike had given us was.
What new bike has he just bought?
No.
No. Oh, okay.
So FluidTech SprayMan has a branch in Scotland. What is the name of the guy who runs the Scottish operation?
Jock.
It's not a Scottish name actually.
Oh.
So you'd lose.
Fernando.
Oh, now you're just being stupid. So yeah, so FluidTech SprayMan has a branch in Scotland. What's the name of the guy who runs the Scottish operation? And I'll take first name, last name, both. So, cool. Right, where are we at? Are we...
I think we've gone through everything on the board, Linz.
Have we?
Yep. We did
right
really well
tonight,
there.
Blimey. So, any other competitions? I don't think there are any other
A
competitions.
2 litre pressure pot with a Iwata gun is $2.29 plus VAT.
I've put the picture up of the pressure pot.
Because you wrote that on the board, so I thought I'd put that out. Any questions?
Yeah,
is there anything you would like us to run through? Next week, I'm not sure whether we're going to be running a show. We will try. We are in Scotland next week. We're in Fife.
Tuesday night.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're in Scotland. We are setting up the new academy. So that's going to be up and running by sometime next month.
Yeah, the first course is something like the
21st. You're in Ibiza.
21st of July. Yeah, I'm away.
You're away, so Pete and Tracy are running it. I'm going up there as well.
That's about a 10-inch extension bar,
Yes.
that one, I think.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 10 inches.
25 centimetres.
extension bar.
For new money, 25 centimetres, old money, 10 inch.
Okay. Cool. Okie dokie. Yeah, so Scotland Tuesday night, we'll be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, won't we?
So we'll work out whether we can do live next week, because if we're at the academy, the new academy with a setup, it'd be good.
If we can get enough Wi-Fi, we
That's
might just
true.
have to do it off the phone if we've got enough Wi-Fi.
Yeah, if we can set it up, we will, but chances are it'll just be off the phone.
Yep. Might just be a
30 minutes.
informal live rather than a
Just to give you a
organised
quick rundown of the new academy and everything else.
Yep.
So that'd be really, really good. Any questions? I've got courses tomorrow, believe it or not.
Yeah, we don't usually do a Friday, but because the furniture's on Saturday, I thought I'd add one in, and I didn't expect it to be busy, but we've only got one space left, so that's cool.
One space tomorrow, and we're fully booked on the other two.
Yeah, so Saturday's furniture course, Sunday's fine finish. Michael's saying the only questions I have will be on the course on Saturday. I'll see you there with a notepad and Scotch eggs.
Scotch eggs, yes. I did tell him that he had to bring Scotch eggs. Well done.
Why? Does he make?
Oh, his lady makes incredible Scotch eggs.
Oh, really?
Honestly,
okay.
they are to die for.
Nice.
And if he doesn't turn up with them, honestly, I'm seriously going to kick off.
Yeah. So furniture and fine finish, Michael. We only run 5 people.
Yeah.
So there's 5 guys.
It's a lot to get through,
Yeah.
and yeah, we won't do any more. We can't do any more.
No.
It's about delivering value.
Ed's saying, do you know what the shortest hose length you can run on a 390 PC without any issues? I would say 7.5.
You don't need to go any lower than 7.5.
No.
And a 390, a 390 can come with a 7.5. And no, 15.
No, it's a 15. The 190.
You can run a 7.5.
The reason being is very often you get a pulsating through the hose, and sometimes you can feel it in the fan pattern.
We've not found it.
We haven't. No.
We've not found it.
But yeah, give it a go. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You've lost
It's a 7.
30 odd quid. It's not worth worrying
I've
about.
never known anyone have a problem.
I mean, you can also run a whip hose diameter, a 3/16 of an inch on a 7.5 metre.
A whip hose is, we'd run a 7.5 and a whip. We just would. I mean, some of you guys have seen the trim setup that we have on the Mini Beast.
Yeah, Ian drew the smiley face, Stephen.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's not dripping.
It's going to be there for tomorrow. It's going to be there for tomorrow.
Yeah,
we've got a busy old weekend. So, any final questions before we go put the kettle on, ready for the next one?
No. Something about Liam saying something about a kilt. I don't think we need Craig in a kilt, but hey.
No.
Thought the smart control can't handle short hoses. It's digital.
I don't know.
I mean,
to be honest with you, I don't know whether Martin knows anything about that one. If not, reach out to one of the guys. Might be a fair comment.
Might be. I mean, I know a lot of the manufacturers say that you can't, but we...
Problem is with us, we just would.
Well, unless it's actually going to cause an issue with the machine.
Yeah, if it's going to burn out the smart control, that's different. But we would just run it. But that's the difference with us. We mix it up because we have to. We have to mix it up ourselves for our own business to get the best out of.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, that could be something we can ask. Maybe, I don't know, put the post up on Spray Makes Sense and tag some of the guys in. You've got Mark Smith's on, Callum, Andy's on, and obviously like Mike, Martin, any of them, they obviously will be able to tell you.
Phil at Ellis Prize, he's.
So Liam Stickland saying, I asked Graco and they said it messes up with the computer. Don't know, it's not one I've heard of. So,
no idea.
No, I'm not sure.
It's not something I've come up against.
No, not at all.
Any other questions from you guys?
No.
We will check all the stuff tomorrow. We will check through all the comments. And we will see who's won, and Lindsay will put she'll put the winners up. All the winners from last week have been announced.
Yeah, I just need to message a couple of people. I forgot that I needed to check t-shirt sizes, so I will do that and get all of those out to you as well.
Just bear with us. It's not that we're just busy. And if you do win something, please reach out to us, because the chances are we might have missed something or forgot something. And I'm really sorry you didn't win the trip to Edinburgh.
You get to do that instead.
Yeah, and I get to take a free guest.
Oh, do you now?
Yeah.
Okay, designated driver.
Yeah.
I get to do IKEA in Scotland. That'll be fun.
Have you booked the car?
No.
Okay.
I've booked the hotel though. That's a bonus,
Okay.
and the flight. So I'm halfway there, aren't I?
Fine. Cool.
Right, guys. We'll try and do next week. We were having a week off, but
we'll see. It might be
see.
good. If we are still at the academy at 7 o'clock, we will do it. If we're not and we're in the pub, we won't. But it won't be something that we will necessarily sponsor. It won't be something that we announce. It will probably just be something quite fly and ad hoc.
See how we go. So Tony, yes, the Mark V will spray plaster.
Hell yeah! I sprayed plaster yesterday. I mean, you might have seen one of the posts that I put up. I put a couple of posts spraying the Isomat GB cover, and it did spray really nice. There's not much we haven't got through the Mark V, in all fairness. There's a couple of products that we're still testing that are just, I suppose you could call them backing coats.
Thicker stuff.
Yeah, but
again, like Andy was saying, the new Mark V has got better capability than the one that we've got. So it'll be interesting to see the difference with that as well.
So again, you know, we'll test this. We'll put it through. We'll do like we did with the HC750. We'll put as many products through with as many setups as we can.
Yeah.
We've just got to find the time to put all the videos together and get them out to you guys.
Definitely.
But if there's anything you want, anything in particular, reach out to us or reach out to the group. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep asking. Keep communicating. Keep sharing.
And Michael, I will go through the answers to the questions, check off who clicked the link as well, and we'll announce it on here like I do usually.
If you have answered the question, you haven't clicked the link, you need to do both. Okay.
Cool.
I think that's about it, guys.
Yeah.
I think we've done pretty good on that one.
Have a good week. Enjoy.
And we will, if we don't see you next week, we'll see you the week after.
Cool. Take care.
Excellent. Have a good one, guys. Thanks again.
See ya.